Hey everyone, my name is Alex and I work with Pacvue and we have Claire with us here today.
Hi, I'm working with Alex. And we wanted to just talk a little bit about sponsored product today.
Yeah, we get a lot of questions around, Walmart sponsored products, how to best leverage them, why even implement them at all. And so Claire, I'd love to get some perspective from you as you work back with clients. How do you kind of recommend how to best leverage Walmart sponsored products? I'll say typically what I share with clients is that those top couple of rows within the search results page can be pretty difficult to land your product on, just based on the fact that some of those spots are paid search only, and some of those other spots are supported through the category team on Walmart, which they'll manually pin to support whatever strategy they have at that time. And so sponsored products really are a great way to get your items to show up at the top of search within a search results page. But curious, what are some of the benefits that you share back with clients on overall sponsored products?
Yeah, absolutely. Sponsored products definitely is there to help grow your business and to help drive sales for you and for Walmart. So I think it's super imperative to have that support because not only are you going to be able to boost your products higher on the page, which is where Walmart typically sees majority of their sales, but you're also going to get opportunity to show consumers your products on PDPs in the buy box placement and in carousels at the bottom of the page, which are places you're not necessarily going to reach them from an organic perspective. So really getting more eyes on your products, driving that growth, driving that sales, which is ultimately going to, boost your organic ranking in the end. So I think one key thing to look at there is, when you're starting and planning for your sponsored product campaigns is, what does the landscape look like? Where does your brand sit at the moment? Do you have SKUs that are already highly ranked at the very top of the search results? Or do you have a plethora of products that are lower on the page that in priority products in there that you really want to boost to the top? And that's how you kind of want to prioritize your bids and waterfall appropriately. Now, I will say you will never not want to support your priority products that are already at the top of the page. If you do a little search and you're in the number one position, you definitely don't want to pause that because every search that a consumer makes is going to be different. So you can't guarantee you're going to be in that top few spots with each keyword or each search query. And you're going to want to maintain that continuous sale process in the buy box, in the carousels, because that's going to keep that product organically ranking towards the top. If you decline the sales there, then you're going to decrease the organic ranking.
Right. And supporting through sponsored product, it sounds like, based on what you're saying, a great opportunity to drive additional impressions and ultimately drive some additional conversion on the platform. So overall, a lot of key benefits to having a sponsored product strategy and implementing a sponsored product strategy.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And I think ultimately we see the best success on Walmart and most retailers when you do have a strong organic ranking and you're making sure, your SKUs are retail ready with that paid support to make sure you get as many eyes on your products as possible and as much sales as possible.
Right. And I love that point that you made on relevancy. So leveraging sponsored product to help ultimately build relevancy and then help your products funnel to the top of search over time. So then you can switch those dollars to other pockets of the portfolio. So that sounds like some very sound advice that you share with clients.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect.
And I think one other thing, when it may be hard to gauge where your products fit, but, doing a search here and there may help give you an idea of, what's ranking where, and you can take a look at impressions that may give you an idea as well. But Pacvue actually has a really cool share of voice tool where you can look at the item level and see where your products are ranking versus your competitors and take a look at the full share of shelf. Where do we rank from an organic perspective? Where do we rank from a paid perspective? And ultimately, you see as you have more paid support, that overall share of shelf will increase. But you can gauge where you stand at the beginning because there's some metrics that let you know, is that product in the top three within the search results, or are you on the first page? And those are going to be the metrics that are really going to help you gauge which products you need to boost to the top.
Right. So it sounds like with paid search support, you ultimately increase your paid share of voice, which can ultimately increase your total share of shelf. So a really great tool in terms of leveraging to drive additional share of voice on the Walmart platform.
Absolutely. And if you're driving more sales for your business, you're driving more sales for the Walmart business and the retailer business, which they'll be happier with as well. So it's a win-win.
And I think one important distinction, I think you bring up a really great point, is when you support an item through sponsored product, the item will either only show up organically if it's eligible, or it will show up through that sponsored product position. So there is no risk of duplication, right? So an item will only show up once, which I think is a question that we get pretty often as well, right? In terms of, well, will my item, it's already ranking organically, will it also show up on a sponsored product position? And the answer is no. And the great thing about sponsored product is that actually your item only show up in a higher position than you rank organically to begin with. So again, it's a really great opportunity to drive that placement towards the top of search, where we know a lot of the traffic is at for the Walmart platform.
Yep, absolutely. That's a great point.
Awesome. Well, I think this is super helpful. Thanks for sharing some time and sharing some tips. And cool. We'll catch you later.
Awesome. Thanks, Alex. Have a good one.
You too.